at Mentalist Chattogram, and I welcome you all to our Bangladesh Chattogram chapter, and I'm delighted to moderate this panel discussion on a very important topic, which is Boer Bichar, a very timely and important topic for the women all over Bangladesh, or I would say especially in Chattogram. So we will start the session with a video and then we will move on to the discussion. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jude Kelly from the WOW Foundation. Gender-based violence can occur at any point in someone's life, and while it's rife in most societies, it's still the least visible human rights violation across the globe, be it in Bangladesh or in the UK. Through WOW Bangladesh and the British Council, we would like to welcome meaningful dialogue and conversation to move away from the culture of silence and work with women leaders and inspirational girls to showcase stories of strength, celebrate resilience, and showcase stories that lift the shrouds of suffering to highlight ways to combat varying levels of gender-based violence in the country. I'd now like to introduce Hasina Islam, trustee of ANANA, Manchester Bangladeshi Women's Organisation. She has dedicatedly worked with the local councils, university, research projects to enable policy change and to influence strategies for women from the Bangladeshi communities in the UK. She's always been involved in community activism, which comes from her own lived experience of having a coerced marriage and a child when she was a teenager, and she's trying to help bring awareness and understanding to such issues. She's one of the great lived experience speakers, so please welcome her. It's our privilege to have her on our WOW platform.
What do you mean about your experiences? Because I think a lot of our audiences and whoever's watching this will benefit to know more about these lived experiences.
Yeah, sure. So I was forced into a marriage at the age of, it was a month before my 15th birthday, so I was still 14. I was taken to Bangladesh by my parents on the premise that we were getting my older sister married. But then I also got forced into marriage at that time. I was literally a child and didn't know what marriage entailed. And my now ex-husband, he was 13 years older than me as well. He lived in a village, wasn't working. It was almost like a contract between both families in the sense that as a child, I was quite rebellious and what my parents would say, challenging. But for me, I was just a normal teenager doing normal teenage things. Now, they didn't know how to handle me, so they thought marrying me off would be the easy thing to do. And to be really honest, there was abuse from his family. They'd swear at me, they'd make horrible comments. At that time, though, my ex-husband wasn't abusive towards me. That sort of happened after we came to the UK. And it was a very sort of slow process because he never actually physically hit me, but there was a lot of emotional abuse, financial abuse, sexual abuse. And these were things that you couldn't see. When somebody hurts you physically, you can see a mark, a scar. But these things that were hurting me, they weren't visible.
This is something that is so prevalent in so many marriages, so many communities in Bangladesh as well. It's very sad to hear that that is also something that's happening elsewhere in the world, including the UK. As we're on the issue, as you're a survivor of a coerced marriage at such a young age, you weren't even an adult, honestly, and you're now a very strong advocate of it, against it, advocate of fighting against these situations. How have you navigated complicated community relationships because of this?
Our cultural mindset is still very sort of limited in the sense that, you know, within our culture we're told to stay within a marriage, we have to fight it. You know, I was told by my own mother that, oh, he's not hitting you, he's not gambling, he's not having affairs, why would you want to leave him? So even my own personal experiences were, they were reflective of the society in general, of the community in general. And it's really hard, and it still is difficult to sort of tap into that mentality of, there was a lot of also sort of religious abuse. What I've noticed is men using religion in a wrongful way to control women. So it would be, if you don't have sex with your husband, the angels are angry at you till the morning. Lots of things like that. It was, if you could ever worship anyone after God, after Allah, it would be your husband. These are the things that we have heard within the community where religion was also used. So when religion is used, it makes it harder for a woman to sort of leave that relationship. And on the whole, Bangladeshi women are still in that mindset that you should always be with your husband, whether in any situation, and you have to accept and tolerate all that comes with it. But to be honest, we have rights, we have options, there's always a choice, but making that choice and taking that action is probably the most difficult step, and that's where we sort of came in to empower women. I don't really like using the word empower, but enabling them, giving them the skills and the confidence so that they feel, okay, I'm strong enough to take this step.